But this is the fact. You've got 2 number 1 running backs on this roster.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the question. How is Ryan Day going to handle this situation? How's Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator, going to handle this situation?
Hopefully not run stretch. Please, I
Can I
pray.
honestly
Don't
say
run stretch.
I've got more confidence in how it's going to be handled with Chip Kelly running it than I do Ryan Day. Because
All,
I do think we
all
would see
right.
more of that
Do
stretch.
do tell. Explain to me what you mean by that, Chris, because that's an interesting comment.
Well, I think that Chip Kelly is more in tune to the running game. Not to say that he's not doesn't understand passing, but I think he's more in tune to the running game. I think that he's going to work with the offensive line as far as the schemes to set up the best possible situation. I don't see us running near as much stretch, obviously, as we did before. Um, and not only that, but and I'm going to say something that might not be real popular here, Eric, is I think that Ryan Day did a crappy job when I thought he had 2 number 1 backs previously with Mayan Williams and TreVeryon Henderson trying to balance it. And I
You're talking
think
Agreed.
about this past year?
2 years ago,
Oh, okay.
when he had the 2 of those guys in there, and then Mayan ended up falling off the face of the earth, obviously, and we don't know 100% what happened. We'll never know. Um, but I think he did a terrible job managing that running back room, given the talent that was there, and finding a balance. I think that Chip Kelly's been doing this job a lot longer. I think he's more in tune with the running game, and I think he's going to be able to help balance that load a little bit more. Keep both these guys happy. I mean, and obviously, we're watching a game right now, Eric, that is different than what it used to be. It used to be these guys wanted to go out there and get 30 carries a game because that's what was going to get them to the NFL. The only problem is the NFL and these players have realized a running back only has so many hits in their body.
Yeah, you hear it all the time. That's what they talk about all the time.
Look at what happened to Zeke after he hit the 4th year in the league. He just stopped being productive.
Although, give Zeke some credit, he's still hanging around the league.
He is.
He's
He is
still there.
absolutely. But but what I'm saying is these guys are going to be happy if we find 15 to 18 carries or 10 to 15 carries a game for them, 12 to 15.
All right, let's split that in half and say 12 and a half each.
Mm-hmm.
That's 25 carries per game. Okay? Are we running the zone option? Are we running the option pass? Are we running the option run for Howard? Like
the RPO.
Is that going to be part of this offense?
It is,
Definitely.
but I think if you're going to do that, then
All
you're
right,
going to see.
how many of those a game is he going to get? 5?
I would say 5 to 6. Yeah, so you're
There's
looking at
30,
31
right?
plays a game. Yeah.
All right, there's 30. What's the rest of the offense going to go? You know you're going to have to feed these wide receivers, and there's less plays per game now.
There is. You're right.
I envision this Ohio State team being similar to what Brian Kelly ran in 2021 with UCLA. I was looking up the numbers so I can give them to you really fast. Zach Charbonnet ran the ball 204 times. Britton Brown ran the ball 102 times. I don't think that will be the split for Quinshon and TreVeryon. I think it'll probably be closer to 160, 150, or 150 each, possibly somewhere around there. But in that year, the passing, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, that was the year before he blew up and was excellent. I mean, he was good this year too, 2,390 yards, 21 touchdowns. He passed the ball 284 times. So 284 pass attempts for the starting quarterback versus 306 for the 2 starting running backs. I don't know if Ryan Day will allow the running backs to run the ball more than the quarterback, but I could see something similar to that. Maybe we get, maybe 300 pass attempts and 140 rushing attempts each, maybe 150, 130, somewhere in that range. But I tend to agree with Buckeye Blitz. I think you'll primarily see TreVeryon Henderson start the drives, and I think it could be very often you see Quinshon Judkins in the red zone ending the drives. Not just because of TreVeryon Henderson's big playability, but guys, I mean, Ryan Day has some sweet running back routes to run, and TreVeryon Henderson's been running those routes for 3 years now. And some of the routes we saw him run, even in the bowl game, where Keenholz just wasn't able to connect with him because he was a young quarterback and he wasn't running some of that stuff, and he probably didn't have the confidence to be able to run some of that stuff. He has some sweet stuff for the running backs to run out of the backfield, and I think we're going to see that with TreVeryon Henderson a lot this year.
That's a really good point, JR. 12 carries per guy. I don't know they stay happy. That worries me.
I mean, you look at what they've been saying though about why they came there. Like, they both know they're already set for the draft. Like, they both know they've already shown their potential. I think TreVeryon probably needs to show more than Quinshon does. But I mean, one of the reasons they got together is because they didn't want to either be a bell cow back. They both wanted to work together. I could see them being okay with 12.
I think so too.
Attempts per game.
I definitely. I'll tell you who's not going to be happy. I think if I had to pick one person in this offense who may not be happy, I think you're going to see it be Carnell Tate or whoever's that. Whoever's that opposite.
Brandon Ennis. I like Carnell Tate.
But I know, but I'm just going to tell you. I think obviously. I think that we're going to be a big team across the middle with the crossing patterns and things like that, just given the type of quarterback that Will Howard is. Yes, he's got an arm that he can put it downfield, but he's not got a C.J. Stroud type arm, obviously. I think Jeremiah Smith's going to get a lot of those downfield options. I think, Mekabuk in the slot's going to get a lot of opportunity across the middle. And I can see Carnell Tate or Brandon Ennis, whoever's starting out opposite side, being the guy who's being shortchanged.
This is something that Ryan Day and Chip Kelly need to be cognizant of. Now, it's easy to say on May 26th, ride the hot hand, right? And it's a whole nother thing to say, it's a long season and you never know who's going to get injured. Which has been a theme of the running back room for how long now, right? Mm-hmm. So that's easy to say. But let's look at this from the perspective of game one. Everybody's healthy. They made it through fall camp. Who is the starting running back first series? Who gets the first carry?
TreVeryon Henderson.
You both agree?
Yes.
I think Ryan's going to go with him because Ryan is loyal to his guys, and I think they'll also start the drive, probably in 20 or something like that. And yeah.
A lot of interesting things being said in the chat about this. This is really what I wanted to get to today. It just took us a long time to get here because I had to make a fool of myself by picking people that had no business being at the top of the list according to these two, which they're probably right. I'm just scared. I'm scared to death of Oregon, guys. Like, the closer we get to the season, the more I'm getting worried about them. And they're recruiting.
And I'm just the opposite.
You are.
I'm feeling better every day.
I know. I love it. We're completely opposite, but it's funny how that's happening. But
I feel like we're going to fly out to Eugene. We're going to get off the plane, going to hop over there to the stadium, stomp a mud hole in them, and walk them dry.
I will feel better once I know more about the quarterback position, or I feel worse. One of the two. That is going to be a big thing for me.
Like, we get 2 weeks away, and Ryan Day still hasn't determined who the starter is going to be. Well, we're going to wait there.
If that happens, I might be coming on the show.
Here's the thing. He's going to know.
I don't know.
Well, if you drunk and Eric on his CBD
I will be
there, we're going to be in great shape.
I will be drinking constantly if we do not have a starting quarterback at the beginning of the season.
Are we gonna have OHIO podcast CBD gummies? Is that gonna be a new thing?
Yeah.
Shoot, guys, gosh.
All right. You know what? We are not going to market those on the store because I'm just going to tell you, Eric, I would not jail well. I would not do well.